Oh my goodness, the energy coming through right now is absolutely chilling. I need you to stop whatever you're doing and listen to this. Because what I'm picking up is not a coincidence that you're here. There is a very specific male energy around you. Someone who has been working in the shadows, someone whose ego is so bruised, so shattered, that he will not accept that he has lost. And I'm not talking about a simple breakup or a casual disagreement. I'm talking about someone who has gone to dark, manipulative lengths. Because in his mind, if he cannot have control over you, if he cannot have you in the way he wants, then he will try to bind you, confuse you, drain you from a distance. The cards are screaming this message, and I feel this urgency, this absolute need to reveal what has been hidden in the darkness surrounding your energy field. Before we dive deep into what Spirit is showing me, I need you to understand something crucial. Only take what resonates with you. If something I say doesn't align with your situation, leave it. But if you feel that shock of recognition, that pit in your stomach, that knowing, then pay very close attention because the universe has guided you here for a reason. The three cards I pulled are not just cards. They are mirrors reflecting a truth that has been concealed from you for far too long, and it's time to bring it into the light. The first card that came flying out of this deck, and I mean it literally jumped from my hands, is the Seven of Swords reversed. Now, when I saw this card land on the table, my entire body got chills because this is the card of deception, sneakiness, betrayal, and hidden agendas, but it's reversed, which means that all of those secret schemes, all of that underhanded manipulation that has been happening in the shadows is now being exposed. The truth is coming to light, whether this person wants it to or not. This male energy around you, he thought he was so clever, so strategic. He believed that you would never figure out what he's been doing, that you would just continue to struggle, continue to feel drained, continue to question yourself and your sanity while he pulled strings from behind a veil of darkness. But Spirit is saying no more. The reversal of this card is the universe's way of saying that his tactics are being revealed. His manipulations are unraveling, and you are finally going to see clearly what has been done to you. Let me tell you something about this person. He is someone who cannot handle rejection. He is someone whose entire sense of self, whose entire identity is wrapped up in being in control, in winning, in dominating situations and people. When you walked away, when you stood in your power, when you said no to him, or when circumstances removed him from your life, it shattered something fundamental in his psyche. Instead of doing the inner work, instead of accepting that sometimes we lose, sometimes relationships end, sometimes people outgrow us, he turned to manipulation of the darkest kind. The Seven of Swords reverse is telling me that he has been working with energy that is not of the light. He has either paid someone to do spiritual work against you, or he has been dabbling in practices himself, trying to bind you, trying to make you think of him, trying to make your life fall apart so that you would come crawling back. He wanted you to fail. He wanted you to be miserable without him, because in his twisted logic, if you're suffering, it means he still matters. He still has power. He still has control. But here's what he didn't count on. He didn't count on your spiritual protection. He didn't count on the fact that you are divinely guided and guarded. He didn't count on the universe having your back. Yes, you may have felt the effects of what he's been doing. You may have experienced unexplained anxiety, sudden obstacles appearing out of nowhere, relationships becoming strained, finances taking unexpected hits, your energy being completely depleted for no logical reason, or even having recurring dreams or thoughts about this person that feel intrusive and unwelcome. These are not coincidences. These are the symptoms of someone throwing spiritual attacks your way. But the reversal of this Seven of Swords is the cosmic announcement that his time is up. His schemes are being brought into the light, and the energy he sent out is now returning to him threefold, because that is the law of the universe. You cannot send darkness to someone who is protected without it boomeranging back to you with even greater intensity. The second card that presented itself, and this one made my heart race, because the confirmation here is undeniable, is the Five of Pentacles. Now, this card traditionally shows two figures out in the cold, struggling, experiencing lack and hardship, while there's a warm, lit church or sanctuary right behind them that they're not seeing. This is the card of financial struggle, health issues, feeling abandoned, feeling like you're out in the cold, both literally and metaphorically. And the reason this card has appeared in this reading is because this is exactly what this male energy has been trying to manifest in your life. He has been specifically targeting your sense of security, your finances, your health, your overall well-being. He wants you to feel like you're struggling, like nothing is working out, like you're isolated and alone, because a person who is broken down, who is depleted, who is desperate, is easier to control, is easier to manipulate back into a toxic dynamic. Listen to me very carefully, because this is important. If you have been experiencing financial blockages that make no sense, if money has been slipping through your fingers in bizarre ways, if job opportunities have fallen through at the last minute, if your health has taken strange turns that doctors can't quite explain, if you felt this heavy, oppressive energy of lack and limitation pressing down on you, this is not your natural state. This is not your destiny. This is interference. This male has been working, whether through his own focused negative intention or through hiring someone to do root work, voodoo, or other dark practices to create these blocks in your path. He cannot stand to see you thriving without him. He cannot handle the thought that you're moving on, building a beautiful life, finding happiness and success on your own terms. So he has been spiritually sabotaging you, trying to keep you stuck, trying to keep you small, trying to make you believe that you need him or that leaving him was the worst mistake of your life. But here's the powerful message within the Five of Pentacles. Those figures in the card aren't seeing the sanctuary behind them, but it's there. It has always been there. What Spirit is telling me is that despite everything this person has tried to do, despite all the spiritual warfare he has waged against you, you have never been without divine support. You have never been abandoned by the universe. Your angels, your guides, your ancestors have been working overtime to protect you, to minimize the damage, to keep you safe even when you didn't realize you were under attack. And now that you're becoming aware, now that you're waking up to what's been happening, you can actively participate in your own liberation. You can turn around and walk into that sanctuary. You can claim the protection, the abundance, the healing that has always been available to you. His attempts to impoverish your spirit, to drain your life force, to make you suffer are coming to an end because you are seeing the truth, and the truth will set you free. The third card, and this is where I felt the energy shift from dark and heavy to powerfully transformative, is the Tower. Now, I know the Tower card can be frightening to people. It shows a structure being struck by lightning, people falling from it, everything that seems solid and stable being destroyed in a moment. But let me tell you why this card is actually your ally in this situation, why this is the best possible card that could have appeared in this position. The Tower represents sudden revelation, the destruction of false structures, the crumbling of lies and illusions, divine intervention that comes in like a lightning bolt to shatter what was never meant to stand. And what's being destroyed here is not you, it's not your life, it's not your future. What's being destroyed is his hold on you. What's being obliterated is the energetic chains he tried to wrap around you. What's being struck down by divine lightning is every single bit of dark magic, every hex, every curse, every binding spell, every thread of manipulation he attempted to weave into your energy field. The Tower is the universe saying enough is enough. This is divine justice in action. This male thought he could play with forces he doesn't understand, thought he could manipulate spiritual laws to serve his wounded ego, thought he could harm you without consequences. But the Tower is here to show him that nobody, and I mean nobody, gets away with spiritual abuse. The very foundations of whatever he's built, whether that's his false sense of power, his delusional belief that he can control you, or even his own life circumstances, are about to experience a massive shakeup. What he sent to you is returning to him amplified. The destruction he wished upon you is manifesting in his own reality. And while part of you might feel sympathy, might feel like you should care about his downfall, Spirit is asking you to understand that this is cosmic justice. This is karma doing what karma does. And your job is not to save him, not to worry about him, not to feel guilty. Your job is to protect yourself, to cleanse yourself, to reclaim your power and walk forward into the light. The Tower is also telling me that there's going to be a sudden and complete revelation coming your way. You're going to find out definitively what this person has been doing. Whether that comes through your own intuition becoming crystal clear, through someone coming forward with information, through dreams that show you the truth, or through physical evidence that appears, you are going to know beyond any shadow of doubt that what I'm telling you right now is real. And when that moment comes, when that Tower moment strikes and everything becomes illuminated, you need to be ready to take decisive action. You need to be ready to cut cords, to cleanse your space, to protect your energy, and to completely release this person from your consciousness. No more wondering about him, no more checking on him, no more giving him any of your mental or emotional energy, because every time you think about him, every time you engage with the idea of him, you're feeding the connection and making it harder to break free. This reading is not meant to scare you, even though the topic is dark and the reality of what's been happening is disturbing. This reading is meant to empower you. This reading is meant to wake you up to the truth so that you can take your power back. For too long, you've been fighting an invisible enemy, struggling against obstacles you couldn't see or understand, feeling drained and blocked without knowing why. But now you know. Now you can see what's been happening in the spiritual realm, and knowledge is power. Awareness is the first step to freedom. The cards are showing me that this cycle is ending, that his defeat is becoming complete and total. Not just the defeat he couldn't accept before, but a new, more profound defeat where he loses all energetic access to you, where his manipulations crumble to dust, where karma comes for him with the full force of universal law.